There is another one here. We prove that this part equals this part. So let us start with the left hand side and maintain the right hand side. So we are going to manipulate the left hand side of the equation and keep the right hand side intact until both sides show the same thing. So using sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals to 1, we are going to say that the whole of this thing is 1 plus tan theta cos theta equals to 1 plus sine of theta. I have replaced this part with this identity. Now we have this. Also, using tan of theta equals to sine of theta over cosine of theta, I'm going to substitute that one here. This one here. We have 1 plus sine of theta over cosine of theta times cosine of theta equals to 1 plus sine of theta. So this one cancels out this. Now 1 plus sine of theta, this one and this equals to 1 plus sine of theta. Now they are equal. That's one of the ways of proving use the left hand side of the equation. What if we use the right hand side? What if we use the right hand side? Using the right hand side of the equation, the same identities we are going to use here. Sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta equals to 1. So where there is 1, this one, I'm going to put there this thing. So let me write. The left hand side remains the same. The left hand side remains the same. But here, where there is 1, I'm going to put there sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta, then plus sine of theta. Now that this part, at least they are the same as this part. This part and this part are the same. So what I'm left with is this part, to show that this part equals this part. So I will think of a way to also manipulate this. How can I manipulate that? Also, using tangent of theta equals to sine of theta over cosine of theta, I'm going to make sine of theta the subject of a formula by doing this. Multiply both sides by cosine of theta. Multiply both sides by cosine of theta. Here by cosine of theta, here by cosine of theta. Now this one cancels this. Now sine of theta is the subject of a formula. Sine of theta is the subject of a formula, which is cosine of theta times tangent of theta, or tangent of theta times cosine of theta. Like that. Therefore, sine squared of theta, let me write here, sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta plus tangent of theta cosine of theta equals to sine squared of theta plus cosine squared of theta, but where there is sine of theta, I put there this thing. You see that? Tangent of theta, cosine of theta. Yeah, when you look at them, they are just the same. Left hand side equals to right hand side.